Welcome back to Homophonic, everybody. I'm your host, Zach Rickle, aka AFunctioningGay. I am joined with ZEE MACHINE.
Hello.
Perfect celebrity, if you could say. And John Michael.
Hello.
Peloton fame. You guys, today, I don't know. Today's like kind of an exciting day. I don't know. Like something happened, something dropped today.
What happened?
This
National holiday?
Indie little known pop star named Lady Gaga. She just dropped her new album Mayhem.
And I will say it feels very wrong, and I felt this way about Beyonce too when she dropped her album, like that any of us have to do work on these days.
I mean, I took today off.
when it's stuff like this, it doesn't feel like work. Like I would be doing this regardless. Now I just get to do.
But
it,
I'm saying like my actual job.
format. Oh, fair.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Right.
the day job. I know. No, I literally, I was like last week. I was like, I'm gonna take today off.
Yeah,
That was smart. I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, I was like, sorry. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And
You're cutting into my mayhem time work.
I mean, I would say life is mayhem right now. So fitting.
Right. She
Yeah.
knew.
She knew.
She knew.
I mean, you guys, the last, I would say like 12 hours, the internet's been ablaze. Or actually, I would say maybe the last 24 hours, once it started coming out in like Australia and New Zealand, it's been ablaze.
Oh,
and so,
yeah.
I mean, I famously was like,
I was up until like 5 a.m. being like, okay, just one more little snippet. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay. Wait, I haven't heard the beast yet. Okay, I can stop. No more. I gotta save it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and then I was just seeing posts and everybody's just like, if you set your VPN to New Zealand, you can get the album now. And I'm like, all right. I need everybody to take a breath.
That's
Right.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I magically managed to not hear anything.
Good
other
for
than the released
you.
singles. Yeah. So I was like, I could just like.
Did
I
you
didn't
not
even
even
look at
listen to what was it, Garden of Eden clip that they released
Nope.
for Formula One? Wow.
Like 5 people like sent me that, and I was like, I am not listening. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, I don't want any false pretenses right now.
I feel like that's allowed though, because she, released
she
it
does
herself.
that.
Yeah, it's
Right.
okay.
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna have a comment about this later about snippets with a certain
About
song.
snippets.
And just about a certain song that she teased in Paris last year.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I was like, I am going to avoid these at all costs right now. Because
I was going to say, if he starts talking about snippets, we're definitely going to hear about the Black Eyed Peas and J-Lo any minute.
Oh my God.
Wait,
I
don't. What's this? What's the reference here?
So,
Go ahead, Zach. This is your moment to shine.
oh my God, are you ready? So it's February 7th, 2020. She just performed the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And J-Lo goes on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and announces that she's releasing a remix of Ritmo and a video. And at the same time, they like put it on social media. There's like a 30-second snippet, Ritmo remix coming soon. And here we are in 2025 and it's never been released. Just never came
COVID
out.
ruined a lot of things for a lot of people, namely you.
But yeah. And but no announcement, no like, sorry, it's not happening. Not that anyone would ever do that.
Right.
Like, sorry guys,
Yeah.
actually the song is not happening.
We're taking it back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on that note, I have several similar complaints for Gaga.
I mean,
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, her and Kendrick
Many-
Lamar kind of did that with Party Nauseous. They did kind of be like, actually, sorry, it's not
Art
happening.
Pop 2, the Mariachi Americano,
The Greatest Thing.
Yeah.
Ugh,
There's
I love that
been a
so
lot of
much.
things that have been like dangled in front of us that we kind of just.
Lots of dangling.
I think it's so crazy that she was just like with that Cher duet, and she's like, I don't know, I just didn't think it was good enough for both of us. I'm like, girl, this song is a bop.
A bop.
Right.
Inside. Yes. Oh my
It's
God.
so ridiculous. She sounds like she's like ascending to the heavens in the song.
Literally. But I mean, you know what though? At like any sort of Gaga night that like people have like dance parties, they play it. So
Oh, yeah.
jokes
Word.
on her if she doesn't want
Right.
to get those streams.
And she
I
just
guess.
posted that on her YouTube channel. When she did that
Yes.
thing where she was posting all her demos and then just took them down.
I thought that someone had like I thought it was like fake for a second, and then when I actually went to the channel and I started playing it, I was like, oh my God, it's actually happening.
I love it when she acknowledges her own lore,
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause
Do you think that
sometimes-
was it?
yeah.
Do you think
sorry,
it
go
was her, or do you think it was like?
I think it was her. Because like she's confirmed that like, oh, it's or if it wasn't her, she was probably behind it.
Right.
Like, I don't know if
she's-
she was logging into YouTube, but you know.
But she also confirmed that it's her that's like commenting on social media and
Yeah,
resharing TikToks and
which
stuff.
I love. I
Yeah,
love that.
same.
You can
Yeah.
never
Same.
really be sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you see the clip of them at when she had her little Monsters conference of the guy asking her, "What did you whisper in Ariana Grande's ear?"
Yes.
And watching all the other gays in the audience react, I was like, "This is why we are the culture."
You knew that these were the fans,
Right.
because they were asking what we want. It wasn't like, how does it feel to be at the Oscars?
Right.
Right. And
what
like,
advice would you give to your 12-year-old self?
right.
Right.
And the beginning when someone was like, justice for Ratchet, and they were asking her
Yes.
about Azalea Banks.
And she was like, have you seen Azalea Banks's support for disease? Yes.
She's like, yes.
And then, by the way, Justice for Ratchet, she was like, that too. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not.
Oh my
she's like, girl, I'm not
God.
getting into that.
Oh my God. It was kind of funny how she was like trying to act like Art Pop Volume 2 wasn't a thing. She was kind of being like, well, I left it off the album because I didn't think it was good enough for you. But I was like, no, bitch, you talked about Volume 2 coming out.
Right.
It was at
But
South
this
by
was-
Southwest.
That's fair. It was also 2014, and she was like famously
Yeah.
not in her rightest of minds. I feel
Right,
like at
right.
the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Truly. Because
Yeah, I
what a
feel like-
performance that was.
Yeah, and I feel like especially with Art Pop, I kind of got the sense that she was kind of just like very wrapped up in the moment of it, like in a very chaotic headspace, and probably like with some distance is like, these don't need to be out.
Right. We were
Mhm.
we were going through her performances, and there was that one where she did the Wizard of Oz one on the morning show.
Oh yeah.
And I
Oh
was
my
watching it,
god.
right.
Yes.
And I was like, I forgot all about this. I
Mhm.
was like, I see why I forgot all about this. I was like,
Mhm.
but vocally it sounds great, but I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
actually know what's going on. And then Robin Roberts comes out and she's like, Lady Gaga. Like everybody, like she had no idea what just happened.
So she starts with Over the Rainbow. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
She really was like, that was an era where like there was like 70,000 aesthetics. There was really no cohesive look except for like the
different-
giant hair look, but
Different
like,
every time you saw her.
Right.
every
Mhm.
time. And it was like intricate. Like I always think about the toilet paper look.
Hmm.
Oh my
where,
God,
where
yeah.
She kind of looked like a mummy. And I'm like, imagine, I was like, that's literally me just like going to get quinoa at Trader Joe's. like, come on. Okay. We have an album to get into.
Right.
And I'm thinking, we all know that we can talk about the singles maybe at the end if we feel the need.
Sure.
But should we just dive into the new tracks and just go track by track?
Let's
Well,
just
right.
do
So
it.
let me set the stage for a second. So like what I noticed about this, what I like about it is like Radical Optimism, we have the same set of players behind the scenes that are doing everything here. So you've got Lady Gaga, you've got Henry Walter, which is Circuit, you've got Andrew Watt, also known as just Watt, Mike Levy, which I don't think I'm saying that right, who is Gezafelstein, and then Michael Polanski, who's Gaga's fiance.
Apparently it's
Fiancé.
which I just
Fiancé.
found out yesterday is Gezafelstein.
Gezafelstein.
Gezaffel-
Everybody that I have heard
yeah.
at the record label has said it differently. I'm like, I
Yeah.
need him to say it to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gaga says Stein, so I'm like, I'm just gonna trust
All
her
right,
on
I'll
this
go with
one. I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But
she's
I've
one of
only
those
heard
people that-
Steen.
Right.
Yeah. She's one of those people that tries to say the names right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
he co-wrote 4 of the tracks, produced 3 of them. Circuit did 12 of the tracks. Watt did all 14 of the tracks.
Wow.
15 if you add Can't Stop the High.
Ugh, love.
Right.
Which
So
we
that's
will.
that's the baseline. That's where we're at, which I
Mhm.
love. And I love that this is like a cohesive sort of whatever moment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And,
And I will
interesting that it's all produced with Circuit for the most
Mhm.
part. Very
I know,
interesting.
because what I most associate him with up until now is Ava Max.
Work,
Yeah.
yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's so
And-
surprising.
Yeah. And not to like be controversial, but
Mhm.
started his career with Dr. Luke. So
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Again, look, it's a
I
real
don't
thing. It
care.
happened.
I
Right.
know,
it's a
yeah.
it's a real thing that happened.
everyone
yeah.
show's over. I get canceled.
Right.
That one friend who's
Um,
too woke.
Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, let's go into the new tracks. I mean, first new track that we've heard off the album is Garden of Eden.
Hmm.
And
Are
I
we?
saw-
Are we skipping Disease and Abracadabra?
I'd say I would say, do you want to start with them?
We don't. I mean, we can touch on them maybe. Just
Let's
because
you-
because Disease
well-
is my favorite song
that is
on the album.
okay.
Still, you know, I just want to get
Still?
that
Wow.
out there. Yeah, it's still
Speak
is.
on
Okay.
it. Tell us about it.
It's there are a few moments throughout, my, quote unquote career as a fan of hers where she drops something new and I'm just like, this is exactly what I wanted from her going into a new era. Like I felt that with Stupid Love. I
Mhm.
don't care. I felt that with Aura for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the leak of Aura.
Yes.
Yes.
And as soon as the beat dropped for Disease, the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh my god!" So I don't know. I think this is like it was like a return to form without feeling redundant. I don't know. It still I think holds up as my favorite song on the album. I some things come close to it, but that I don't know. That one, starting it off that way, I'm just like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a good
Mhm.
opener. I will say that.
Mhm.
I liked it when I first heard it, and then I saw the music video, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I like this a lot more now for sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not my favorite. But it's a great opener, and I think that
Mhm.
it sort of sets the tone for everything else really well.
Yeah. I think this is kind of what people were expecting the whole album to sound like.
Right.
Yes.
This and
absolutely.
because this and Abracadabra were pretty cohesively, I think, they went together.
They aligned
And
very well.
yeah, and as soon as you get like beyond those first 4 tracks, you're like, oh, okay, no, this is not what this is about.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Mhm.
and I think the thing that sticks out when I listen to it several times through is that this album is not designed for an algorithm.
Thank
not.
God.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
But you know what I mean?
I mean, okay, and here I'm gonna get on my soapbox. So
Okay,
get
do it.
ready. We know what's gonna happen. But like, how refreshing was it to listen to an album with all of the songs be over 3 minutes long?
Right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
They all
this
go
happens-
somewhere.
yeah.
They all do something.
they all do something, and it's all just felt complete. And I was just like, oh my god, this is excellent.
Yes.
I found myself thinking this like a few points over the while listening to it, where like the first chorus would happen, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. And then by
Yeah.
the last chorus, I'm like, oh my God. So like the first chorus would happen and I would just be like, okay, that was cool. And then by the time you get to that last chorus, it's like, holy shit, she has let all these different elements and like ideas like add on to each other. And so by the time you get to the end, it just accumulates into this like experience that was so much bigger than that first chorus. And you don't have time to do that in a 2-minute pop song.
Right.
That part.
Yeah.
And it really is crazy, the levels, which is why like
Yeah.
even now I feel like there's going to be things that as I listen to it more, I'm going to still discover because it just hasn't been enough time. And
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of hot takes and I'm like, you have not gotten everything you've gotten out of this album in 3 hours or however long you've been listening to it.
I
You like, you
know
need to
that my
sit with it.
ranking, I know my ranking is going to change.
1000%.
As time goes.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And just for all the listeners out there, we are recording this on the same day that the album came out, March 7th. This
Mhm.
episode will be out Tuesday next week. So you are getting fresh perspective, fresh
Right.
listens, and fresh reactions from us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like that you said that Disease and Abracadabra are like really well aligned. I feel like Abracadabra was a natural follow-up to Disease.
Mhm.
And obviously is a huge hit right now. People are loving it. Went viral on all the social media platforms, and people just recreating the dance. And I don't know. There's been a lot of discussion about it being like, reheating her nachos, if you
Mhm.
will.
That phrase, I need it to die. I need it to die.
She
Every time I
invented
see
those
some demon
nachos.
twink posting that, I'm like, stop.
But she was the one who made the recipe.
Right. She's the
So-
cheese.
Yeah,
And it's-
exactly.
And honestly, like, it's like, I'm like, a part of me is like, yes, it, like, I hear how people say that, but I was like, it's also a sound that is still fresh and that she hasn't really done before. Like, it's in her
Right.
wheelhouse,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that like many people have tried to recreate unsuccessfully.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, anytime like someone who like kind of comes along and dare I say shifts culture, you see a lot of copycats. Like people
Oh, yeah.
tried to recreate a Britney. That never
Mhm.
really happened successfully. Everyone was trying to like have their Gaga moment back in the early 2010s. Like Katy Perry wearing that stupid square on her head for no reason.
And doing like the 5
there-
costume changes the year after. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there was no reason for that because it wasn't authentic. But like she, sorry, I do love her, but I don't know. I think like if anyone's allowed to reheat their nachos,
Right.
it's the original chef.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were put in the oven. They weren't microwaved.
Yeah,
That's
Oh
correct.
Yeah.
See,
there
now
was-
I feel like Abracadabra gave me what you got with Disease.
Mm.
Like that was what I wanted from her. Like
Yes.
in this moment, I was like, this is exactly it. And while I didn't think that the album was going to be another like 90s piano type album, because that felt like it was so much of Chromatica,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, this is going to be darker. I don't think it's going to be all like this, but that I was like, this is exactly what I was hoping for in that moment.
When you said 90s piano moment, my mind went to Tori Amos, and I'm like, I don't think that's what it was going to be either. But
not that 90s piano.
What's funny is that right before you hopped on, we were also talking about her. That's really funny that you brought that up.
Because I was like, she's got about 5 songs that I really like.
Yeah.
And I think she's super talented.
Yeah.
Because I was saying I feel like that there was a moment in my self-awareness where I figured out the phrase, I am not the intended demographic.
Yes.
And that where that sort of separated everything, where it's like I can be objective about what I think, how the structure is, how the mastering go, how all of the other technical aspects of it. It's just not made for me, and it's just not my thing.
Right.
And I feel like my job had to make me sort of do that over the last decade, but I feel like people don't have that self-awareness.
Right.
And that's why we see a lot of bad takes on the internet.
That part. My ex is a Tori Amos super fan who has like followed her on tour for like 20 years. Every tour, like he'll buy like dozens of tickets and he'll just like go along, and he's like met her a bunch of times. So I got to see her like front row center one year back in like 2017, and I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm not going to top that experience. So.
Right.
Does
he also go to therapy?
I think so. He's the one that I listened to the album with yesterday. We're still cool, and like we hang out and stuff.
I've known so many Tori Amos fans in my life, and they all are in therapy.
It's
and I say that with love. I think it's a great thing. Right?
Yeah. I love that.
It's people who've seen some shit.
People have seen shit, and who saw some shit was Eve in the Garden of Eden.
Sure did.
Come on, bringing it back together.
And let me tell you what. So Garden of Eden, one of the new tracks that we got to hear for the first time today. A lot of people yesterday were comparing it to an old demo called Private Audition, which I had never heard before.
I had never heard this one.
Me either.
I had never heard that before either. And so I heard a little snippet of Private Audition, and I was like, interesting. Okay. So I hear the similarities there. I have an interesting, what it kind of reminded me of, I don't know if either of you know this song. This is going to be very on brand for me. There is an unreleased Nicole Scherzinger song called Physical featuring Timbaland.
Yes, I know it.
And the cadence of the verses, the sound of the song. In fact, I do feel like this song is very Timbaland-esque.
That I hear.
And literally in my notes, because I'm a crazy person, because I write notes when I listen to stuff now, because I'm old. My notes say Britney break the ice blackout vibes.
Oh,
I definitely hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love this song.
Yes.
Yeah. I will say I'm not, this is maybe where I get like my monster card revoked. I'm not like huge on the unreleased song crowd. Or like I'm not like super well versed with like Gaga's unreleased songs. I feel like I probably know like 4 or 5 of them really well, but there are some like really like underground like dingy demos of hers that like frankly aren't great. But I don't know, a lot of the monsters just be like, oh my god, I miss the red and blue EP, like that was her best era. I'm like, you are
god,
insufferable.
They are lying
the fuck up. Yeah,
they are not standing Stephanie Germanata. Come on.
Right.
No. I mean, glad she went through it, but like, come on, no.
Right.
Although justice for No Floods, I do love No Floods.
That was okay. That was all right. I don't like. Not me like criticizing the mixing and mastering on her like
right.
EP. I just the sonic like mix of that EP was a little rough for me.
Totally.
But,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I never heard of Private Audition either. And this was one of the ones where there was actually like what sounded like an AI version of this one going around for months. People were being like, "Oh my god, this is from LG7," and it was like. And it was that chorus, like, I could be a girlfriend for the... And I was like...
Yes, yep.
Yeah, and it was just like, there was no harmonies. The production was really minimal. Her voice sounded really, like, bare bones. And I was like, I hope this is fake.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that this was real, I was like, oh, okay. But that thing where when you let a song simmer, it can take you places. And by
Yeah.
the time we got to the end, I was like, okay, this shit sold me. Because
the way that
oh, sorry,
outro goes.
oh yeah, yeah.
See,
Oh.
and this was one of the ones where it's like I listened to it, I liked it, but I kept going back to other ones, and then in the middle of my day today, that one grabbed me again, and I was like, I think it's got me. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. This might be like controversial take. I'm not like obsessed with that like Timbaland Nelly Furtado kind of sound from like 2005. And I feel like most people in my generation are just like, that was peak pop, and I'm like, I mean, it was right.
Right. Controversial yet brave.
Whether nostalgic or not. So this was never, so that's why like the new Tate McRae album is like not really my jam either. But and so when I heard that this was hearkening to that, I'm like, okay, like I'll deal with it. But honestly, it sold me by the end of it though.
Yeah.
It sold me because I feel like it's also, again, like similar to that early Gaga, like pre-fame, early fame era, when she was doing a lot more of that like theatrical pop, similar to Paparazzi, right? Paparazzi type sound, or I'll use what was the other one that I was thinking of? There was another song like Fancy Pants and like things like that. Beautiful Dirty Rich, like it's kind of harkens to those sounds. Yeah. And I have a note about that later. Yeah, in another song. But Garden of Eden, banger alert. Love it. And then we finally have Perfect Celebrity.
Z, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is also in the vein of Disease. Like, this is the sound I wanted.
Yeah.
That fucking like industrial, heavy slamming, belting, kind of modulates between major and minor tonality, melody kind of vibe. Oh my god, this one was everything. And was the one that I was the most excited from since she teased it in Paris. I found it interesting that now, having heard both of them, the songs in full, she teased Abracadabra and she teased Perfect Celebrity. She played the intro of Abracadabra from the car.
Yep.
And then you hear a split second of Pay the Toll, and she stops.
Yep.
And with this one, she played the outro. Because you hear this lo-fi vocal, I become an Atari, and I was like, I wonder how that's going to sound. And it was like, wait, when is this happening? And then she got to the end of the song and I heard it and I'm like, okay, got it.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I thought that was going to be the intro of the song.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the verse that we heard or something.
Yeah.
This is the Gaga voice that I want to hear, like, do a Led Zeppelin album, like the one that exists in this song. Like, that's where I feel like this one sits. Like, the whole "you love to hate me," like that whole, like, the scream in it is so good. And just, I was going to say, too, that it ends on the lyric, "I've become a notorious being," I think is excellent. Because I love when shit, like what Madonna does in Deeper and Deeper, how she ends on, like, a random lyric. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. This sound. So this, to me, after listening to it several times, the chorus to me reminded me of it lives in a similar sonic universe to me as the song Time Bomb by Pink off of The Truth About Love. The chorus and both melodically and like production wise are very similar in tone, and I love that. Like this song is, I think the song's incredible. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Yeah, Perfect Celebrity.
I did rank them, and I put this one at number 4 for me.
I didn't rank that.
I didn't rank them either. I didn't. Them in, I don't know if I can honestly rank them yet. I feel like it's a little fresh in my ears still.
I think I know my top 3. I can do that.
I can probably do my top 5.
I can probably do top 3, maybe 4, but definitely top.
Yeah. Let's reveal our top 5s at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
I'll give you my top 16.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. We're going to be talking about bonus tracks.
Yeah.
So then after Perfect Celebrity, we've got Vanish Into You, which has been teased potentially maybe being a next single of sorts.
Yeah, when I kept seeing that that being like teased on like the album sticker, I was kind of like, ooh, I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah.
This is the first moment where I was a little like, huh. Okay.
Same.
Yeah. I think it will grow on me. I have a lot of friends being like, this one stood out to me, and I'm like, that is interesting. I don't know if like I don't know why this is the comparison that's jumping out to me. I can for some reason hear like a garage rock, like the Strokes performing a song like this, just melodically and chordally, or it feels kind of like a British band
Well,
song.
I was thinking at the part where she goes, ooh, that part is almost identical to Kylie Minogue's Everyday Like Christmas.
Yep.
Which was written by Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Right. This is my first favorite of the album. I love this song. This was the first one that I was just like, whoop, okay, we're standing up. I was like, I love this. The chord progression feels very like Red One type-esque, although I'm assuming that this is like the Ava Max bit of it all with Circuit is probably coming in on this one.
Yeah.
Because it just has that sort of 4-chord in the chorus thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like in this song, the vocals specifically, and I don't know how else to explain this except that she sounds so Italian in this song to me. Like there's something, because like I feel like the strength of everything that she's been doing with the jazz projects and that type of her voice feels like it's being applied here, because there's like a Rosemary Clooney, Edie Gourmet vibe that I'm hearing in the strength. Just the strength. Like I'm not saying stylistically, but like the power in her chest, and which is like, it just feels very old crooner type to me. And I just how the chorus lifts, I absolutely love. Love. I love this song. This is gonna make a great remix.
I would like to hear that, because I actually felt like this one was like relative. I think the one thing I didn't love about this one immediately was that it felt really simple. Like from a writing standpoint, not necessarily lyrically, but just like melodically in the chords, I kind of was like,
oh, for sure,
this feels very kind of like, okay, this is gonna sound way shadier than I mean it. It kind of felt like the Ringo Starr song on the Beatles album, sort of like okay, the
Little Monsters are gonna cancel ZE Machine.
No, here's the thing. I love Ringo. It just and but it just kind of felt like the songwriting applied to this was just a little bit less elevated than
That's so funny.
Than say, I don't know, like Abracadabra.
Right.
I would say maybe that has a lot to do with sequencing. Like I just feel like after the punch of Disease, Abracadabra, Garden of Eden, and Perfect Celebrity, and then going into Vanish Into You, it's just it is a kind of a stark difference.
Well, and I think that it's interesting, because I was going to bring up the sequencing of the album too, because I was on her site looking through, because of course she's going to get my money on the vinyl sales. And I was looking and I was like, which one did I not? Let me just look. There are specific versions of the vinyl that are sequenced differently than what has been put out digitally.
Oh, yeah, with like the bonus track and stuff.
The bonus tracks are in different places on the album. Like in one of them, it's like second to last before Die with a Smile, and another one, it's like somewhere within the first 6 tracks.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I'm actually curious. I didn't check because I got the vinyl today. I didn't. The way she lays out the track list is very like all over the place. So I kind of need to go and see. I need to like look into where that would be.
Right, because now my like crazy brain is like, okay, well, let me try the sequence this way and see if that changes anything or how this flows.
Right, yeah. And I was so curious as to like what goes into that, and like, was something changed last minute, or who knows? But
like the whole Beyonce thing where they added tracks, and so those tracks aren't on the first vinyl pressing.
Right. Yeah. And allegedly changing the album title. Let's celebrate that. Track 6, we've got Killah featuring Gesaffelstein.
Yes. Okay.
Let me tell you what, I love this song.
Okay. She has never done anything like this before. And so this is one that I would say more than half of these, I heard like 15-second clips of them on Twitter, just because I'm human and I'm weak. When I heard this originally, I was like, ooh, the monsters are gonna hate this.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, because I could see that though. I could see that.
Because it's like I heard that I'm a killer. I'm like, they don't want this. When you hear the whole song, it's not like that. Like it's completely different in context. But I was like, they want, fucking, Judas,
Romance
Judas,
Part 2.
yeah,
Right.
which was Bad
Yeah.
Romance Part 2.
Right.
But when you hear the whole thing and then you hear Gesaffelstein's breakdown, oh my God, he earned that feature.
For sure, because when it first started, I was like, it's giving me somewhere like a Lenny Kravitz American Woman type.
Sure.
Like just that, like we're putting it all out here, but there's like a 90s George Michael energy too. It just feels very sort of masculine that she does so well.
Yeah.
That masculinity. And when it flips in the second half, I'm like, there's Gesaffelstein. There he is.
Yeah. It's so good. That's that 90s vibe. There's something so like
it's Prince and Bowie. It's
Yeah.
It's like fame. It's like fame. Yeah.
Because people were even saying online that like the guitar riffs were kind of sampled from Fame. I don't know if that's actually true, but
I don't know about
Right.
sampled. Maybe because if sampling, you'd actually have to take the master recording part. But I could hear someone like replaying it, like that, and then crediting.
Right.
Yeah, or definitely like inspired by like.
Yeah. Oh, full for sure. I mean, the whole Fame era.
Right, but outside of Abracadabra, there is no, at least according to the publishing that I've seen, there's nobody else that's getting credited. So
let's celebrate that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, no,
I feel like that's the alternate of this podcast. By the way, it's like homophonic, and then let's celebrate that.
I say it all the time. Someone
I love when you do.
That's an Oprah reference, right?
It is.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure I knew my history.
Let's celebrate that.
Yeah. Because Lindsay wasn't doing drugs.
Yeah. I love that so much.
Oh my God. Yeah. Someone the other day called me out on that. Next we've got Zombie Boy.
I can't see straight.
This is the
one. Also known as the car song.
The car song. Yeah.
From the
Disease
video.
Yep.
This is the one for me.
I was very, very, very excited about this one. It's so fun.
That the chorus break at like 2:14 that happens is like what my pop dreams are made of. The vocals, like I literally wrote down in my notes, "Holy shit! Oh my fucking God, I love this."
Yeah.
The chants are fantastic. I was like, it's Gwen Stefani without being Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
It's better. Yeah.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like it's the evolved version.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's like that. Put your paws all over me. You like that. To me, this actually calls back to. So I keep bringing up old demos of hers, but
Monster?
like to me, this calls back to an old demo of "Beautiful Dirty Rich," where she goes, "Look at those dirty rich girls. Look at them dirty rich boys." And so I was like, oh my God, this is for us truthers out there.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
beautiful dirty rich truthers.
Because I've always felt like I was like, she's done this a lot throughout her career where she's kind of played early versions of her songs and then changed them. I mean, art pop was very much that. And this is one of those moments where I was like, in Beautiful Dirty Rich, I wish that she had left that part in the song because it just adds so much to it. So I think that this feels like a calling to that, to me at least. Yeah.
This is that's why I posted on my story and I said RIP to my Spotify Wrapped. There's no way it's gonna be so stupid this year with that song.
Yeah, this is a bop.
This is another one where that final chorus, like, I ascended.
Yeah.
Like I loved it, and I loved the second one more. And by the time they got to that end, you had just been like taken on such a journey that when finally all the elements just come crashing together at once over that melody, it was like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Right.
No one else is doing this anymore. Oh my God. And even the ones who are... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, I feel like the closest that I've heard that has done it at least somewhat well has been Rina Sawayama. She seems like the most direct disciple.
Okay.
Like when I hear her music, there's certain tracks where I'm like, oh, this is absolutely like a Gaga reference.
Oh, she's a Gaga student for sure.
Right. But I can't think of anybody else that I've heard that I feel like has done it that well. I think Chapel will get there. I think that she's done great stuff, and I think that she's got the potential, but there's really not many other people that I think are in the running.
Yeah. And Rina's in the studio right now.
Thank God.
I'm
love
so
her so
excited.
much.
I know, me too. I'm so excited.
I wonder if there'll be a Charlie feature. Sorry.
Maybe not. So next up we have Love Drug.
Where do we begin?
Are you obsessed?
This is my sleeper hit. Like, only in the sense that, like, I don't think it'll be a single. I don't feel like a lot of people were talking about it much leading up to it, but like this is the other one I keep coming back to, and the one that people keep saying you should cover.
Right. Well,
I love
so
that.
this is a legit 80s track. This
Mhm.
song lives somewhere sonically for me between like the they were like hair metal, but they were almost like pop hair metal. There was a girl band called Vixen in the 80s. Between
Oh,
like
yeah.
their music and Heart in the 80s, specifically in the 80s, I feel like is where this song lives. Almost like for anybody out there, it sounds like a song that would be on the soundtrack to the movie The Lost Boys,
Mhm.
Oh, love.
if you know
okay,
that movie.
okay.
And
Yep.
but the one thing that kept sticking out is that about 2.5 minutes in, and it goes to about 3 minutes, there's like 30 seconds where I'm like, there's almost a guitar solo. It needs a guitar solo.
Mhm.
And you know who would do that really well? This
Oh,
guy.
I wonder.
This guy's Z Machine that I know. I mean, look. I mean,
my
just like
God.
a raging, like Mick Mars type, like,
Well, if she wants to call me up,
I mean,
she
I think
can
that-
call my manager.
I
just-
think that someone on her team called someone up because
I'm saying it'd be a
there's a-
really, I would watch that
Mm.
TikTok a lot. So
There's-
I'm just throwing it out there.
this song and another song on the album, I was like, this is a Z Machine song. Not a Gaga
I mean,
song.
another disciple though, but right, another disciple of Gaga.
Yeah.
You know, I
Right.
would kill that actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm
so
telling
good.
you.
I'm really, and I really love the verses.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're just very kind
Yeah.
of like it just has that straightforward kind of beat, and the melody sits really nicely in a place in her voice because she has a lot of different types of voices. Like,
Yeah.
she can kind of get like this,
Right,
and
right.
then she does this thing here. But like something about the way she sings the verse here is very just measured and controlled. Her tone is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, this is
Yeah.
this is
Mhm.
definitely going to be another one that I go back to every day.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just feel like throughout this album, the songwriting is so strong.
Yes.
I think melodically, the hooks, the chords, the melodies, like the chorus. I mean, like, again, and you think that, not to beat the dead horse about song length, but like when you are able to add these types of things in there and structure them these ways, it just elevates the song so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
No, love this one.
Yeah.
And before I hit play, I was like, let's take a love drug, take a love
Right.
drug.
Yes.
I think she was trying to get us all subliminally into
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
that-
absolutely.
Yeah.
She
She
knows.
Mhm.
She knows what she's doing.
Even formatted the same way.
Right.
The name of the song.
Exactly.
She's like, F slurs, assemble.
Here we
Yes.
go. Here we go. Next what am I even saying? Next up, we have How Bad Do You Want Me? And this one was one of my shocking favorites on the album. Like
From-
Brian said that too.
From
my
the
husband
album
Brian.
1986.
Right.
From the 1986.
Well,
No, because it sounds like a 1989 song from Taylor Swift, kind of. But Gaga was
Kinda,
born in
yeah.
1986.
right.
love,
so-
love,
so-
love, love.
If
My-
I was like, I hope that doesn't go over their head.
No. My immediate thought and what I wrote down in my notes is that this song was written for Ally and A Star Is Born.
Yes, it's giving
Yes.
the
Ooh,
Cure.
yeah.
Yes, and that's my second note is that it gives
Mhm.
me the Cure
Yeah.
/ why did you do that and
Yeah,
all of that type of stuff. But it's
I
like the
love
song is
it.
just right. No, totally. The
Mhm.
song is just straight up doo-wop chords from
Mhm.
like the 50s.
I'm
Like it's not even
obsessed.
trying.
Yeah.
It's just two sets of two different doo-wop chords from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
The arpeggiator is almost identical to Only You by Yaz.
Mhm.
It has that same sort of like
Yeah.
dreamy intro, and my husband actually pointed that out, and I was like, very good. I was like, I love that, but it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But this song for me sounds like you're standing outside of out at the top of a sunroof.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
I'm obsessed with this one.
Me
Like
too.
the chorus just keeps getting stuck in my head. I love like the lyric. It's like a psychotic love theme.
Yes.
Mhm.
How bad do you want me? Like
Yeah.
And how that changes what she does, and every time that part of the song comes up, how the
Yes.
lyric changes, and then so does the what is it? The emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Syllable,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
But like
yeah.
how she does that is brilliant
Yeah.
throughout the whole song.
It's so
Yeah.
good. And I know that there's a lot of Taylor Swift comparisons. There was even like
Mm.
rumors this morning about Taylor Swift being on the backing vocals. Of
No.
the song. I don't know if
That was fake news.
No.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
don't see any different. No.
No.
I'm shutting all that down. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
Swifties. This is not your moment. I apologize. I love you, but there is nothing on this album that harkens Taylor Swift to me.
No.
I get what you're saying about the. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I
Fight.
understand. Right.
No, I just and like here, look, no one is happier to deny, Taylor Swift her flowers than me. Trust me. But like
Trust.
but like I hear it. I definitely hear it. But like it's also not really a sound that I think she invented, but it was,
Right.
she's just the most popular one.
She tried it on.
And if anything, I think if Taylor put this out, people would be like, this is one of her best songs she's done in years.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Just because the writing is
Right.
so much more intricate and like just beautiful than anything I think she's done since like in almost a decade, like since Reputation. I don't know. So not to keep dwelling on her. I'm just like, to Gaga's credit, I think this is like an amazing Taylor Swift song.
Okay, I see that. That.
I love that. But nothing brings me more joy than when I wake up at 4:30 in the morning and I open up Twitter and I just see ZEE Machine just dragging Swifties left and right.
Well,
it's so
that's
funny.
1 a.m. at my time,
Right?
And
Yeah.
then that's prime dragging hours.
It's
Right.
so funny. And I'm just like, someone's got to put them in their place.
Mhm.
Come on. Because I don't have the
Yeah,
strength
that's really
right now. But yeah, one of my favorites.
I got you.
Definitely. Next up we have Don't Call Tonight.
Alejandro Part 2.
Alejandro, yeah.
I like it, but it's fine.
This is in my. I put this at number of the 14. I put this at number 11.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel,
like it.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like
The
the
Daft
production.
Punk. Yeah, the Daft Punk like vibes of like the
Yep.
robotic voice and the bridge is fun.
It's very like I feel it calling, or I feel it. I feel it coming. Yeah.
I feel
The
Weeknd.
Yeah.
I feel it coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which Circuit helped produce. So
Oh well, there you go.
let's celebrate that.
Every
I'm
time you
gonna
say
like.
it now.
We're gonna need that like, a master cut of
beating
every
the
time someone says
subtitle.
let's celebrate that.
Allegation.
Right. But yeah, I was gonna say this is probably the one that is of the tracks so far that I'm just kind of like, it's cute. I'm not running back to it like I am the other ones.
Yeah.
I like it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then next up we have Shadow of a Man, which was this the first snippet that we had?
Yeah,
with
this was
the Chromatica Ball
this
film?
is the snippet from the end of the Chromatica Ball film, and
Yeah.
oh my god,
My God.
this she hasn't really done anything like this before. Like I don't like, it's not even that it's like super groundbreaking, but it's just like, this is, if she had opened for Michael Jackson and the This Is It residency.
God, what a
It-
time.
And
This
it's so crazy that you said that, because I literally texted this to my boss and I was like, there's something Rod Temperton about this, like Thriller era, that
Yeah.
feels like, to me, like it gives me that vibe. Or like
It-
if Dance
it
in the
feels
Dark was a
like-
disco track.
It feels like Smooth Criminal a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, like the chorus does, like I don't wanna
Right.
Yeah.
This is the staccato vocal. Oh my god! No, this is the one that I find myself, as of 12 hours post release, listening to the most.
Well, when we
Yeah.
were talking, and I was commuting home when I was
Mhm.
texting with you guys before, and as we were talking about this song, and the thing that changed my mind about this is that, first of all, it's like 118 beats per minute, so it's a really good walking pace. And I was
Yeah.
walking through New York City while this song was on, and I was
Ooh.
like, all right, this might be the one. I was like, I think it
Yeah,
just got
that's the
me,
one.
and I'm like, yeah, this is the good pace. This is like good iced coffee music.
This
Yes!
is like
Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
girl just lost her job and is going to take over the world type
Right,
of,
right.
Yeah, or
Right.
everything's going to be okay.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah.
John Michael did not
The-
lose his job. I just want
No.
to clarify that.
No,
Also,
but I feel like this is the other song that could use a guitar riff from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm down. I'll do
Yeah.
it. I'll do it.
I-
I might
this
just do
is-
that for fun.
I was going to say, this is the other song that I was like, this song was made for ZEE Machine.
Mm.
Like, this
Mhm.
is Gaga. This is Gaga. This is Michael Jackson. Like, this is your
Yeah,
world
because
coming together.
those two of my desert island artists that you asked
They
me
are.
about.
Yep,
Um,
they sure are.
What was I gonna say? Oh, what's also interesting is that when she teased this at the end of the Chromatica Ball, that clip was put over like her, like her silhouette, where she like did this like little move and this like kick, and she was basically doing like an MJ move,
Yep.
Like
where
the
she
foot.
like did like the hip
Yeah.
shift, the kick, like the hand up type of
Yeah.
vibe. It was so I think it's so fitting that this song harkens to that so much.
Yeah.
And also sounds very different from the clip that we heard. We just heard the intro.
Right. Because there wasn't that like like that like synth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That yeah. I wish that was still there. I wish it was still there. Every time I keep waiting for it and it doesn't hit, and I'm like,
Oh no, I know.
Gaga, when you see this, trust me, we're happy. I promise we're happy.
We are so happy.
She's
so
just
happy.
like these miserable little.
She's used to faggots telling.
She's like, I am not putting out another album. She's like, I am done with you.
I do fear that we will not be hearing pop music from Gaga for quite some time. So let's enjoy this.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I do feel. Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like she's gonna, after this, allegedly a tour is happening, and then I think that she's getting a break.
Right.
A little bit.
It's just gonna be.
I think Mama wants to have a baby.
House of Gaga. House of Labs.
I've heard that she won't be announcing tour until after Coachella, which is fine by me because
sense.
I'll be there.
Yeah. God damn it. Oh my God.
I managed to score a weekend 1 ticket because that is my birthday weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm literally just I think my plan is to go for the first day. Yeah. Because I'll be honest, festivals are not my vibe.
Right.
I don't really care a lot about the other artists and headliners. So I'm going to go for 1 day. I'm going to like find someone. I'm going to sell my other 2 days and I'm just going to head home, celebrate my birthday. Let's celebrate that.
Let's celebrate that. Wait, April. What is it? April something?
She's performing the 11th.
April 11th.
Yeah.
Is that
for his birthday? Obviously.
Well, I mean, my birthday's. I think that's Sunday. I think I don't remember the.
Didn't you release Habit in April 22nd or something like that?
I think.
He's a sick individual.
Yeah. I'm gross.
Zach is a sick individual.
I'm gross. Well, no, because
sure did.
Because I think that we happened to be messaging last year, and it just so happened to be the day. And so I think that, and I think that stuck in my mind because I was like, I think I like was introduced to you around this time, and then I looked
that you know that,
and then I looked at the release date, and I was like, it was actually today, and so that's why it now sticks in my head.
No, that's amazing. And the fact that was like your onboarding point makes me very happy.
That's a good onboarding point.
Yeah.
Like if anyone listening, if you have not listened to Habit by ZEE Machine, do it now. Do yourself a favor.
If your onboarding point was fuck shit up, you're basic.
Right. Or I'm just slow. Like I need to catch up.
You were waiting for the real quality.
But also we gotta shout, I mean, John Michael is the one that introduced that to me.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Of course. Yeah, he was the one that posted in his stories, and then I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then and then the rest is history. And then
I'm always on the hunt for my LGBTs.
That's right.
LGBTQs.
That's right.
Yeah. And if you ever, I'm going to call you out, if you ever get your publishing handled. I sent you an email.
You know what? I've been busy.
Then get the other person. Get the merch manager. Get
he's busy
somebody
being
to
a
do
notorious
it.
being.
You're a liar, and it's okay. I'm gonna keep harassing you.
I'm not a liar. I am busy. I don't know what they're doing.
So tracks 12 and 13 on this album, I feel like we might all be in agreement on.
Possibly.
This is a weird way to end.
Well,
we still have the bonus track, so we're gonna go back up on a high.
Yes, because we can't stop the high.
Right.
But
stop the high.
But tracks 12 or 12 we have the Beast, which
Beast.
I really Beast. How dare you? I am crossing my fingers that this is about Michael's dick.
Oh, like that AI clip you saw on Twitter? Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God! Wait, hang on. I hate the thing people do on podcasts where they play stuff from their phone into the microphone, but I really feel like you need to see this.
But
this fucking sent me the other day. It's basically a really realistic like AI audio clip of Gaga talking about. Okay.
The song "The Beast" is about Michael's monstrously fat cock.
Stop.
I wanted to have one more dirty track. This is the dancing in circle, the sex dreams, the I like it rough. From Mayhem, it's a risk, but I want to show the world who Michael is. So hung.
So hung.
Stop. Not
Incredible.
The oh my God, that's so funny.
I love that.
So,
that's amazing.
Oh my God. Well,
I
other
hope
one
it's true.
That being said,
The other one I
Yeah.
saw was like, oh my God, this clip of the Beast leaked. And I woke it up, the Beast in me, and it's stronger than
the Idina Menzel.
Not
Not Idina Menzel.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Iconic.
Well,
I
but like
mean-
the intro of this song, like it sounds like that
Mhm.
same like Casio like demo like bossa nova button like they'd used in like Blondie's Heart of Glass.
Mm.
It has like that same sort of like backing thing to it, but this sounds like a song that Gaga will eventually release like piano demo version of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, my
Yeah.
thing with these next two is I don't dislike either of them. Like, they are good at the type of song they are.
Right.
It's just a little jarring to go from Shadow of a Man to like 3 ballads in a row to close out the album. On my quote unquote abridged playlist that I sent you all a screenshot of, I have removed these two and it ends with Die with a Smile.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I can objectively say that I am not the target audience for these songs.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I am not and that is okay. I don't think that they are I like The Beast more than Blade of Grass. Blade of Grass just did not do it for me.
Oh, see,
I
and
love the
feel opposite.
concept of Blade of Grass. I like,
Yeah.
and of course she said this is her favorite one.
Of course, yeah.
Because this is about when Michael proposed.
Yeah. It was very sweet. So I
Yeah.
get that. And you know what? Let's celebrate that.
Let's
Right.
celebrate that.
But
And
later.
Right, but I
Sometimes-
feel like Blade of Grass is going to be her A Million Reasons at the moment in the tour.
Yeah.
And I
it
feel like
is.
it's going to be the piano moment because it feels like if you take everything else out of it, it's that very like 70s Elton John theatrical sort of. And I feel like that's
Yeah.
going to be her whole thing.
She's
there.
going to do this and she's going to go into Always Remember Us This Way.
Right,
Ooh.
right. I mean, there's a key change in the song. Let's celebrate that.
Let's celebrate
do
that.
like-
We love
yeah,
it. I
I
love
do
the
like
change.
Yeah. Not many people can do that. So I'll celebrate that.
Let's celebrate that.
That's something-
And speaking of, yeah.
I was trying to quote the Mariah Carey. It's like, not everyone can do that.
Right.
not,
Yeah.
everyone, not
Everyone has that
Right.
ability. It's hard to do.
Do we need to talk about Die with a Smile, the runaway number
Just
one
love
hit
it.
that just keeps on
I
giving?
just- I love it.
I do love
Yeah.
it, honestly.
Yeah.
And it feels like a song we've always known at this point, you know?
And that's what
It
I think
does,
ties
yeah.
it to this album because as I listen to it more and more, these songs almost sound like, and I don't even want to be like super like hokey and whimsical, but a lot of them sound like memories from another time.
Mhm.
They
you
feel
know,
timeless,
and it's-
yeah.
They do, like, but they feel like also like a very like I can imagine hearing them at certain points in my life. Like there's just something about them that seems so familiar. But it's so
Yeah.
no, I do. I love Die with a Smile too. It's so good.
yeah.
It's a song. It's like a song.
Yeah. And I just want to say that I know that there was like some commentary online about like these 3 songs, but in particular Die with a Smile, people being like, it doesn't fit in with the album. But the thing is that Madonna, I'm so sorry, that was like a Freudian slip.
You know,
Bite
let's
your
talk about Ray Light some more.
Bite your tongue. And have we mentioned the anniversary of the year?
That bitch has
Oops.
an anniversary every other month, I swear.
She certainly does, and let's celebrate that.
And we will celebrate, and you will celebrate.
but-
Zach is
But-
listening to Mayhem, Madonna's version.
She's a beast, baby.
It's the Victor Calderon remix of Frozen as Abracadabra.
Okay, before we
Um,
get off track.
Okay, I know. So what I was gonna say is that Gaga has had ballads in all of her albums.
Yes.
And especially like the Fame Monster. I mean, Speechless was right in there
So
in the
good.
mix. Right.
Mm.
And you know, you had You and I on Born This Way. You had, you know, a plethora of ballads on the Fame, and you had Dope on Art Pop. I mean, like, so I think that people need to understand that like Gaga is gonna always throw in some ballads, and they're always, it's not I don't know, somewhere along the line, and I don't know when this happened, but people think that albums need to be like super, super cohesive, and if there's anything that doesn't sound like the other, then it's like,
Right.
but like I prefer that personally. I like songs to have their own life, and I think it takes real talent and musicianship to have an album where songs are all very different and still
Art pop?
have yeah
Like
and
that's what she
have-
does.
yeah. So, I mean, it's not out of place or out of, I don't know. I mean, these
Mhm.
songs don't not fit into the album.
Yeah.
It's just maybe the sequencing is a little jarring.
Even the Fame is not that cohesive.
Oh, not at all.
I feel like the singles all feel very cohesive. Oh, I mean, like Poker Face and Just Dance Star, because it's like literally the same synth sound. But a lot of those songs in the middle of the album that you can kind of tell were made with like a budget of like 50 cents are like really, really do not sound like the rest of it. Even like AA is kind of out of there, has like Brown Eyes or Again. Like she's always been all over the place. Like the only time she has like stuck to a sound was Chromatica.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
Otherwise she is, and I guess to some degree Joanne, kind of. But she has always been a one for genre exploration on one project. So I don't know what y'all were expecting. But not y'all. You guys.
Right. Yeah.
The royal y'all.
The royal. But now there are 2 bonus tracks. One that is available on the physical editions on her web store called Can't Stop the High, and one that is available on Target physical editions called Kill the Love.
Kill for Love.
Kill for Love.
Kill for Love. Excuse me.
Yes. No, you're
Excuse
right.
me. Still learning the bonus tracks. Which one do you guys want to talk about first?
I think Can't Stop the High. That's how I have it ordered in my playlist.
So
I end with Kill for Love.
I have to admit right now, Can't Stop the High is my favorite song from this project.
Wow. Okay.
I am fucking obsessed, and I am going to go on record right now and say, Gaga, you are a fucking cunt for leaving this off the standard version of the album.
Right.
I love it so much. And I was like, so all day I was like, what is this reminding me of? What is this reminding me of? I think it's reminding me of several things, and I can't place the other part, but it got to me just a couple hours ago. I was like, this has similarities to her own song Fever that was never released, that Adam Lambert ended up covering. Yes.
I love that one.
And this song, it is just giving me like 90s. Truly, she used this phrase a lot in this promo tour, 90s electro grunge. And this is exactly how I would put that, and it makes me feel good. I feel like I'm about to get dicked down by the DJ. I am like, I love this song so much. I can't stop the high. I can't.
Right. No, I absolutely love it. This is another song that feels like it should be on a soundtrack, like on a Fast and Furious type movie. Like there's so much action happening.
It's a very cinematic song.
Yeah. I mean, she really I actually can't believe that this is not on the album, but we have all the other ballads and stuff.
I too am surprised. Okay, so I don't know that I'm as effusive about it as Zach was. I like it a lot. It kind of falls in the middle for me a little bit, but I'm going to chalk that up to I really haven't heard it until. Jesus, something just fell in my kitchen. I'm so sorry.
That was me throwing something right now.
Fair enough. Here's the thing. I heard it 3 hours ago, and I spent 1 hour of that waiting in line thinking I was going to meet her. The other hour stressing about my merch orders not being shipped to Canada.
Right.
So I just haven't really had a lot of time to let it sit. I think I've maybe heard it twice now. So I need to give it and I think I've listened to the other ones like 4 or 5 times now. I need to let it sink in a little bit.
Well, here's what happened is that I was listening to the album, and I had listened to it, I think 3 times. And I think I was on my 4th listen when my friend Andrew sent me this. And I was like, oh, here we go. And then when I heard it, I was like, wait, I was like, hold on, repeat. And then I was like, repeat again. And then I was like, why the fuck can I upload this to my Apple Music? And then I was like, oh my God, I can't get enough of it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And then we have Kill for Love.
I was excited by the fact that she said in the interview that it was heavier than Perfect Celebrity.
Yes.
Because I was like, because when Gaga goes heavy, that's usually when I like her at the best.
Right. Yeah, I know. And I think that's why I like immediately when I saw that interview, I went and ordered the web store. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna need that because I know that I'm gonna want that like its own physical copy. And then today I also then went to Target and bought the Target version, which has Kill for Love.
Mhm.
And then that's
Kill for Love. This
Mhm.
might rival Zombie Boy as my
Is
favorite of
this
the
for
album.
you? Okay, yeah.
This is for me.
Yeah.
This is like an absolute disco dream, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, and it's I want like a 7-minute version. I want it to just go there. Like, there's so much goodness in this song. I love everything about it. It's a tea dance.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is chic. It's I Want Your Love.
Yes.
It's the vocal, her voice just soars on it.
Give me all of
she
this.
She tears into it. All right, this is okay. Clearly, this is where I become the villain. Okay, here's the thing. I really like it. I really like it. I think if anything,
I love the dynamic though.
It speaks to the quality of the album. I think for me, I would probably rank it around a similar place as Can't Stop the High. I think the thing that maybe so I listened to that little clip that someone posted on Twitter of like the vinyl version of it, and I listened to it and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Right.
It kind of just sounds like it sounded a little bit like she was doing like a disco pastiche a little bit, but when I heard the full quality version, something hit differently for me. It's like, oh, I like this like twice as much as I did before. So I'm gonna let these ones grow on me a little bit. I wish I could put them in my track run. That really bums me out that I have to go seek them out.
Right, I know. There are rumors. Rumors. I say rumors, and I saw one like Nostradamus insider, whomever on Twitter. There's allegedly a deluxe version in the works. Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, it makes sense.
It would make sense, and like fingers crossed that these tracks would be included on that and put them on streaming, because inject them into my veins.
Oh, like for real.
Yeah. So we said at the end we were going to do top fives for everyone. What's everyone's top five?
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
You go first. You're the
okay. I'm gonna say Can't Stop the High, number one. Number two, I'm gonna go ahead and say Abracadabra. Number three, I'm gonna say Perfect Celebrity. Number four, I'm gonna say How Bad Do You Want Me, and number five, I'm gonna say Garden of Eden.
All right. I'm gonna say Perfect Illusion.
I love that song. I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, I liked it, then I didn't like it, now I like it again.
Yeah. This is now it's really hard. I thought the top five was going to be easier. Now I'm looking and I'm like, wait.
I'm pretty certain of mine for now.
Do it. You go.
Okay, so number one, Disease. Like that's my shit. That is my shit still. Number two, this one was hard. I think I'm gonna say Shadow of a Man. It just edged out Abracadabra. But those two are right? Yeah, those two are hard to rank because I have listened to those so many times that they feel like old school Gaga to me already.
Right. Yeah.
So it would be like, where do I put like Bad Romance in these? It's like you can't do that. You can't compare that. Like they're just not the same. They don't.
It's hard.
They sit in different parts of your brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abracadabra, Perfect Celebrity, and then Love Drug. Is my number 5.
Excellent.
So I think it's going to be Abracadabra for me, Vanish Into You, Zombie Boy, Love Drug, and then Kill for Love.
There we go.
Come on, Disco Queen.
Ours are all pretty different. I love that.
We are.
I really want Shadow of a Man and How Bad Do You Want Me to be in there, but those would be that would be my top 7. But
yeah.
But again, who knows? I mean, the album's been out, 12 hours?
That's the thing.
That's why
I have a different opinion tomorrow. I kind of think of, in a weird way, maybe it's because they're next to each other, but like, for me, Killah and Zombie Boy are like sibling songs.
Yeah.
I can't believe I left out Killah. Oh my God. Oh my God. I left out Killah. Wow, I literally just aborted my own child in front of the other.
Sophie's choice. Sophie's choice. That's it.
Would that be your top 5?
That would be in my top 5.
Okay.
Oh my God. Maybe I'm going to take out Garden of Eden and put No. Ooh,
yes.
I don't know if I don't
know. we're saying like the stakes are so high.
They're so high. Right. I'm going to keep it for now. Tomorrow's Killah. Yeah. Killah is going to probably creep in there.
Spotify will tell you the truth when you look tomorrow if you type in your on repeat.
That's so true.
Right. You'll find out real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I think
too bad I've been listening on Apple Music.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that is too bad.
Yeah.
I know. I try so hard to get into Spotify, and then I'm just so used to
It's okay. It's a
using.
terrible company.
I get
so
that. It's like,
fine.
I mean, none of them are great companies.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. I mean, it does pain me that in 2025, Apple there's no way to add your audio files to your Apple Music.
It's so nuts. Once they took that the iTunes feature out, I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah, because you've sent me some stuff recently that I want to upload to my.
I can't believe it doesn't let you do that. That's so weird.
It's so like the way I would have to put it on my computer, sync my phone up, but my computer's too old to sync now. Anyway.
Well, so now I actually went out and I bought. I think I sent it in. I had it shipped in from China. I bought like an actual iPod because I was like, not only do I need a place to have everything that is not released on streaming, but I also like when an album like this comes out and there's a mix of tracks that are like not on streaming and are, then at least I can have everything all in one place. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm not draining my phone battery. I'll use this.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, this comes to the classic, famous part of the show. Songs we don't talk about enough. I know that we just had to like do some analysis. Yeah.
I honestly, I think we should do one. I think it should be for Gaga.
I think it should be good for Gaga too.
Like, what's a Gaga song that we don't talk about enough?
Oh, okay.
Like,
Good.
Yeah.
That narrows it down because I was like,
Right.
I did
Yeah.
not plan for this.
Yeah.
Y'all go first while I think of one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
Well, I don't remember if I've spoken about this song yet on this show or not. So if this is a repeat, I'm sorry. Sometimes I will just black out when we record. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just be that person and talk about an unreleased Lady Gaga song.
Go for it.
That was allegedly written for the Pussycat Dolls and was produced by Fernando Garibay. But was
Who's
never
produced my favorite Gaga songs.
Let's sell it. You know what? Fernando, let's give some flowers to Fernando really quick. We love you, Fernando.
I have, however, heard that he is an asshole. And I feel like maybe that might be why he has not done anything with her in 14 years.
Well, and why he hasn't done with a lot many. What else?
Yeah.
After that, but we love the work that you did do. So let's celebrate that.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not one to cancel someone for being mean.
Right. Because I mean, look at who I worship. Right?
Yeah. No, I was don't have to say it, but yeah.
Let's just say it. But the song is called Text You Pictures, and it came out. Well, it was written around like that 2008, 2009-ish time, and I think was probably not released because one, Gaga started gaining her own fame and notoriety. And then two, I want to say that this is around the same time again that Tayo Cruz and Kesha's Dirty Picture had come out. So it was kind of like a similar thematic, thing. Text You Pictures, Dirty Pictures. Do either of you know the song Text You Pictures?
I feel like I've heard.
Dirty Picture.
So you probably you're right. You've texted a picture. There is the snippet that floated around on the internet for years because the song leaked in full just a few years ago, finally. But there's a snippet that leaked online years and years ago. It was like, baby, no, you left a mark. Do you remember when you taped it in the dark? No?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you guys just missed out on some incredible pop music. And I sounded just like her. I can't believe you have never heard it.
I thought she was in the room.
Nicole. But anyway, I fucking love this song. In fact, I suggested that to use that song to one of our local drag queens here because I was like, if you did this and I was at that drag show, I would go fucking nuts. Yeah, so good.
I love it's as I look through her catalog, it's so difficult to pick a song that's like a song that we don't talk about enough because I feel like she's at the level now where it's like you have a catalog like Madonna where there's so many songs that it's like you couldn't even do all of your biggest hits in one show.
Well, she also has like that stand-up that she has rabid fans that know all the
deepest cuts feel like the biggest songs in the world when you're that deep in the stand-up. Yeah.
That's what I mean because I don't think that we talk about Bad Kids enough.
You are, and you would be right.
Right.
We don't.
When it gets to
correct.
Right, because it's such an incredible like juxtaposition from the verses to the like Giorgio Moroder-ness of the chorus, and it's like, ugh, I'm a bad kid, and I will survive. I'm a bad kid,
baby.
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Do you remember how the liner notes to Born This Way had an extra verse for Bad
Yes.
Kid that we never heard?
We never heard. Where the fuck is it?
Where is it?
That's one more.
Give us the
One
extra
more
verse.
promise not
Give us the
kept.
7-minute version of Americano.
Right.
And
I mean, but that
well,
album has
Killah.
like I feel like Government Hooker's another one. Like it streams really well, but it's like it's not a song that you think about when you think about her or talk about.
Well,
I
speak
mean,
for
I think of
yourself.
her.
Well, right. But I mean, like it's like that song and like Sex Dreams, like both of those, like they're all like some of my favorite songs that just nobody ever brings up. It's like when
You're
you sit
like-
there and you're just like, I love Britney. Toxic is my favorite song. I'm like,
Mhm.
that type of shit. Like I feel like that's where we're at with Gaga now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that people are like, I love applause. I'm like, okay.
Someone on Twitter, I think yesterday, was speaking. Someone was talking about art pop, and he was like, "Well, art pop gave us applause, so blah blah blah." And I was like, "That's what you think of when you think
It
of art
gave
pop?"
us
I mean,
so much more than applause.
so
bitch.
much more.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think you're homosexual. So, just saying.
But applause, I feel, has honestly gotten better for me over the years. Like the more like when it came out, it was kind of jarring
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, what is she doing in the verses here? I don't know.
Right.
Everything
Yeah.
seems kind of, it's like it's leaking. Everything just felt a little kind of like off. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh, this is just like smack you in the face, like banger.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, as soon as I heard it, I was like, this one is for the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be that moment. Like, and that's
This-
great. And I love
This
that
is
for her.
for the Wizard of Oz themed morning
Right.
show performances.
We're going to wake Robin Roberts the fuck up at 6 a.m. with this one.
I hear
That's
this. I
right.
think Over the Rainbow.
Right?
That's right.
Well, it's so crazy because I'm looking on Spotify now and on Art Pop for some reason,
Mhm.
Gaga, I know you're listening to this, friend of the pod, Stephanie Germanata, Jules and Drugs, not that I'm going to listen to it, is now missing on Art Pop. It's grayed out.
Oh no! What a shame.
Right.
Interesting.
So I don't know what happened here, but somebody's
Huh.
seems like
Wait,
the
let me
territory
go
rights are not up
check
to
this
snuff.
on your Spotify.
On my Spotify, Jules and Drugs is grayed out. I can't play it. I don't know if that's divine intervention.
How the hell are you going to smack
Maybe
honey
the
on a
gay,
young
the
pancake?
gay. It's on
Right.
mine.
And you can play it?
Yeah, it's playing right now.
That's so
Huh.
crazy. No, I can't do it on mine.
But it is also
Mm.
the least streamed song on the album.
Well,
So
Yeah.
right.
along with Dope.
Well,
That tracks.
right.
Yeah.
When I saw
Yeah.
her do that in concert, and I was like, we could have
Dope?
used this for
Yeah.
something else. Like this is
Yeah.
like 4 minutes. We could have used that 4 minutes differently.
Right.
That's fine. It's a great song. She sounds great on it, but it's yeah, Art Pop sort of falls off for me in the second half until we get to
I
Gypsy.
mean, that's one of those songs where at Swinefest she debuted it as "I Just Want to Be with You."
Which was better.
Mm,
It
I
was
feel.
better.
It felt better.
It felt better. It felt more natural.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then she changed it to "Dope." So,
Well, so what would you pick then?
Me for my song I don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Machine.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't know which was Frank. Okay, so this actually is a song people don't talk about enough. And maybe in my top 5 Gaga songs like ever.
Ooh.
Enigma.
Ooh, yeah.
is- Oh my god. Is I don't know. I feel like this got like hate from fans for being like one of the worst on the album, and I was like, okay, what is replay? I don't know. I'm a replay hater.
Oh, I'm not.
And no, I'm actually not. I do like it, but but I never go listen to it. Is the thing.
I don't either.
But
Really?
but Enigma
I
is
know.
one of my most played songs ever on Spotify.
Did you hear what I
See,
said?
and-
What?
Right. And but and I said I was like hearing her do that live. That's the moment I was waiting for because the full chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I don't know if I was telling you this, Zach, at one point, but like I realized like and this is the second time I'm bringing her up, when Tate McRae dropped her album, I realized I actually don't care if my pop stars dance. Like I really
Yeah.
could
Mm.
care less if they could dance. If they can,
Right.
it's just, a cherry on top or whatever, but like I don't need them to if I have to appreciate their dancing in order to enjoy the music, I don't really like it.
Right.
And
Right.
what I loved about, because like Enigma had been my like sort of underrated fave for 2 years at that point when I saw her at Dodger Stadium, the show that she filmed for the concert.
Hey,
Film.
you're basically an extra. You're basically in a
I
film.
was an unpaid extra.
That's right.
But when it got to that point, it was like, oh, she's doing my favorite song from the album, and she's just planting herself in the middle of this stadium with just a microphone and just nothing but vocals and stage presence. No dancers, no choreo. And then she did like the extended outro where the whole band jammed out and she left and she did her costume change. But I'm like, this is exactly what I want. And she gives me those moments so much where she'll just come out and she'll do exactly the thing that I love about her. And it's just like, I feel like I'm the only person in the world. And I just, I'm so obsessed with that song, with where she goes, with her voice in it, with the chord changes, with the production, with the build up for that, with the breakdown. It's everything to me.
That's how I feel about Thousand Doves.
Me too. Oh my God.
And let me tell you, like, I play that almost every single time that I play in Philadelphia. And it's always the one that I feel like surprises people the most, but they get so happy when they hear it, and the way the entire room comes together in the gay bar when you play that is so, it's just like a hug. And I love everything about it. It reminds me of like 90s No Mercy type music, that 90s dance pop. And it's like, she understood the assignment on that. She was like, these are all the things that I know about 90s dance music all put into one. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That was, and I feel like I saw her say this in, I think she might have said this on, at the Chromatica Ball or something like that. But it was like a low quality video where she was saying that she wrote it on piano and she didn't want to produce it out into a full track, but they convinced her to. And so she never did the full studio version live. She only ever did the piano version.
Right.
And she has, and like, you know what? Who am I to tell Lady Gaga what to do? But she does have this instinct in her, this unstoppable need to like be this kind of like, not warbling chanteuse, but you know what I mean, where to sit and just like pour her heart out at a piano, and then she has like millions of like gay guys being like, just dance,
Right.
And while that is a part of her, I feel like as she has grown older, that part of her has called to her less, and she wants to be this woman at the piano, hence Blade of Grass being her fucking favorite. So the fact that she was like begrudgingly turned that song into one of my favorites on the album has always made me sad. But you know what to do, especially since it robbed us of hearing that live, because there's nothing that pisses me off more than when the artist does my favorite song stripped.
I will never stop being mad at Madonna for playing was it Ray of Light with the fucking guitar,
or it was Express Yourself. She did.
Oh no, it was Express Yourself.
Yeah, was it on the last tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, because
it was Express Yourself. Yeah.
I feel like Ray of Light, she did, it was a remix.
Yeah, she did the Sasha remix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of, or is it Burning Up? Which is the one that she always does with the guitar, and it pisses me off.
She did do Express Yourself, because I remember, don't go for second best, baby.
Yeah, she did.
No, not that. No. When she does like the rock guitar.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, I remember her doing Express Yourself with an acoustic guitar.
No. It's when she does like the rock guitar, and she's like,
I think it's Burning Up.
It's Burning Up. Yeah, that's the one that I'm like, I was like, I know, I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate you learned 4 chords.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm proud of you, Z, for knowing your Madonna history.
I was like, you know what? I need to go to this tour. I hadn't seen her live before.
I mean, that hurts. That hurts because she's. I mean, yeah. I mean, Madonna.
Careful, this will turn into a Madonna podcast.
I know. I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of like her tours. Have you watched any of her like recorded tours?
I mean, I've seen Truth or Dare.
I mean, that's the right one.
Yeah,
that's the right one if you're going to start.
But oh my gosh,
you should watch Confessions.
I was going to say Confessions is on YouTube. If
and
you
Drowned
ever
World.
have 2 hours free,
I've seen part of the MDNA tour, but that's because like a friend, an acquaintance of mine when I lived in New York, is like a famous Madonna fan. Who has like worked his way into like her, and it like appears on like the DVD in the crowd.
Oh boy,
I don't know if I don't want to call him out on here.
That's all right.
Which
I'm sure she's insufferable.
Which
I think
which
it
tour
hot
was this?
for me. It was the MDNA tour.
Okay.
Not my favorite.
He's in the
tour.
crowd a few times, and he like showed me.
Yeah.
I have to say, when I lived with my former roommate Teddy, shout out to you, Teddy. Straight man, love him.
Mhm.
I remember I was watching this in our living room, the MDNA tour, and he like was kind of passing by and like stopped as it was starting, because it was right where like Gangbang was going.
Right.
Which
And
is one of my favorite Madonna songs.
It's one of
So
the only
good.
ones on MDNA that I like.
Mhm.
There's not
And
many.
he stopped and watched the entire concert with me, and he was like, that was amazing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, I stand the queen.
Yeah.
So
But it's
yeah.
it's for the Confessions tour, like it's the performance of like a virgin that does it for
Okay.
me. That
Okay.
specific version, that how Stuart Price reproduced
Yeah.
that for that is
Mhm.
so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
So Z, here's
Anyway.
a question.
Yes.
I mean, we could go on and on, but here's a question for you. So I know that we talk about remixes a lot.
Mhm.
You're not the biggest remix person in the world, but how do you feel about artists who kind of reinvent or remix their songs for like live performances? Because like Kylie Minogue does that a
Mhm.
lot. Madonna does
Um,
it. Britney does it.
You know who's been doing that lately is Katy Perry.
She has. Yeah,
Mhm.
Katie's actually done it for every tour of hers.
Interesting.
I think. Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing. It's not that I dislike remixes. I think, and I was actually thinking of like I would say this next time I was on a podcast, because I know that this becomes a huge part of anytime you guys are on an episode together. And like I think I just approach it a little differently as like a songwriter, because I'm like
Sure.
I put so much attention and detail into making this song, and y'all just take it and put this
Right.
and I'm like, no.
Sure.
But I'm like, and there's some remixes I fucking love, and like I think are better than the original. But I'm kind of
Totally.
like, if you don't make this better than the original, don't do it.
Well,
It's got to be in service to the
Yeah.
song. Like
Yeah,
that's
it
what I
does.
feel like makes a good remix.
There's
And
some
I
remixes.
feel-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I feel like in recent years, once technology has become so accessible, there's a lot of positives to that, right? But
Yeah.
like there's also, we've
Mhm.
seen the music industry basically say, sorry, DJs, you like everyone's a DJ now, so we're just going to commission a fan.
Well,
and
I
pay
mean,
them.
and that
pay
literally,
them.
I just saw that's happening with somebody else. There was a DJ, and now it's totally escaping me, but I saw it on Instagram. He has been playing an edit of whatever his Nelly Furtado track has been for a minute, and he just posted. He was like, Universal Music Group reached out to me and was just like, "Hey, do you want to make this official?"
Right.
And so now they're just
Wow.
putting it out.
Which is really cool, but at the same time, we've lost kind of the art of like the remixing that John Michael and I kind of grew up with.
I
in
think it's
terms-
just the remix packaging.
yeah.
Like this is what we
But-
were talking about in the last one,
Mhm.
where it's like, you know, I feel like you throw out one remix and it's like you give one option. That's not really helpful, like because there's going to be so many people who are going to want to play a remix of that song in different areas. So it's like, at least in back in the day, there was like a package of remixes that went for different audiences, and now it's like you get one. It's 2.5 minutes long, and then that's it.
Right. Yeah.
It's part of the
as far
game.
as, like, as far as like people doing them live, I think if it's not my preference, but you know, I'm sure they do it for a reason. I just, you know, sometimes there will be like a specific thing about a song that I'm obsessed with, and then the remix will take that out.
Mhm.
And so it really depends. It's a case by case scenario.
Well, what I love specifically, so John Michael brought up Like a Virgin at the Confessions tour, and what I like specifically about that type of remix, which a lot of artists tend to do, is that it keeps the spirit of the original but freshens it up to make it more cohesive with the current project.
Right.
Mhm.
And Stuart Price is a master of that. He can do that. He did it so much with Madonna.
Right.
And so that's why I my long story of just being like, I think that you might really like Confessions, because the older songs that she does perform on that tour get that type of treatment where they are spruced up in a way where they still remain true to the original. Also, the version of La Isla Bonita that she does
So
on that
good.
tour is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, and
I do love
the
Stuart
spoken
Price
word.
and his stuff, so I'm sure like he does it justice.
Yeah. he's a wizard.
But like what
But they're-
Stuart Price is to Madonna is what Steve Anderson is to Kylie, which is why I think that works so well for the both of them, because you've got both of these producers that are sort of attached to these women and make it all sort of work, and I love it.
Yeah.
There are instances where the remix feels like the main version, though. At the end of the day,
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I found out that A New Day Has Come is a ballad in 3/4.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Yeah.
nope, don't want to hear that.
Right. Right.
So
you're like, give me
was
that radio
jarring.
remix.
Right. That's what, and I feel the same way about Sorry for Love. We talked about this last time, where I was just like, it has to be the version on A New Day Has Come. I was like, because you tried to make it a ballad on the One Heart album. Sorry, Celine.
Yep.
That song has to be a dance song.
Dance.
Yeah,
Give us
and
the
it's not even that
dance.
dancey. It's like mid tempo at best.
Right.
It's just a beautiful arrangement.
Yeah.
Wait, so now I want to
So
ask a question, which I thought might be fun. What would be the one Gaga song you would remove from her catalog?
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa, shots fired.
Well, apparently, Jewels and Drugs is removed from yours.
Like I said, could it be divine intervention? I have no idea, but my Spotify is not having it.
Oh, I have an answer. Brown Eyes.
Ooh, really?
Chop.
Interesting. Okay.
It's grating. She rhymes brown eyes with brown eyes too many times. She sings.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like drama school Gaga. It just feels like she's not this artist anymore, and she's done this but better.
Right.
And I find
Right.
that I find the guitar on that kind of grating as well. So I don't love it. Also the fame is just like everything she had at that
Right,
point.
right.
We're just gonna take a bunch of songs that we've written over the past like 3 years and just put them on this record. And oops, it changed the world. Like, you know, so it's
right.
But
Yeah,
I don't.
oops.
Yeah, but I feel like there was Again, which I think was like a bonus track, but it was a similar vibe, and I think that one's better.
Yeah.
I love Again and Again.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Hey Girl.
No.
Sorry.
No. You know what?
Sorry.
Wait.
I
It's
would
either
actually.
I tie that one and Grigio Girls together, and they're both.
I
they can
I
go.
don't like Grigio Girls, but since
No.
that's also a bonus track, I don't really count that.
Right.
Is Hey Girl her duet
one
with
with
Florence
Florence.
Welch?
Yeah. Yes.
I wanted it to be something so different than what it turned out to be.
See, that's
Okay.
one of my favorites on Joanne, just because like it feels Benny and the Jets like. I don't know. I think they sound good together, and like, but you know, I see where you're coming from. A lot of people weirdly don't like Hey Girl, and I'm like,
I don't love it,
know-
but I also prefer, like, I also don't hate Joanne as much as everybody else does. Like, I think Sinner's Prayer is fantastic. I think Come to Mama is wonderful, and I absolutely love John Wayne. Love
I
John
don't
Wayne.
hate Joanne, but it's just like this is not what I come to Gaga for.
Not at all.
You
Not at
know?
all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is her Kylie Golden album.
Okay,
I feel
which
like-
is a great.
It is a great album. Right, right.
Which
and I
I
like
realized
it, but
during the
it's-
pandemic, I kind of wrote it off when it came out. And then I re-listened to it during the pandemic. And I'm like, wait,
I love it.
okay.
Stop Me
Yeah.
From Falling with the Gente de Zona
Yes,
is
it's
so
so
good.
I used to scream when they would play that video at there's a gay bar here in Grand Rapids called the Apartment Lounge. Super cute little hole in the wall. If you guys ever come visit, I'll show you there. But they will play music videos on the screens, and whenever they would play that video, I would literally yell. I'd be like, "Everyone needs to shut the fuck up right now." Kylie's playing. I was like, "We listen to her,
Right.
and then we can resume after it's done."
Right.
um,
Well, because
I
no, you
Yeah,
go first.
sorry.
No,
No,
I was
no,
gonna say
you go.
on the Joanne tip, I was just gonna say, but one of my favorites and one of my probably all-time favorite Gaga ballads randomly is Angel Down.
That's very pretty. Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. I love that
Yeah.
whole when she really gets into it. The Where Are Leaders? Like that whole bit. She
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so good. So good.
Well, I mean, she sang that at the Chromatica Ball,
Right.
at least at my show.
Sure did,
I
yep.
don't think, yeah.
You know, I actually do. I think I just got tired of it because she just played this shit everywhere. Million Reasons, I think, is one of her best ballads.
It is.
Objectively.
I agree.
I don't listen to it often, but like I
At
do
all.
think because someone on Twitter came for me, not came for me, but like I had said the other day when they were playing Kaleidoscope by Chappell Roan on Gaga Radio that I was like, not the one skip off of Midwestern Princess. And then someone was like, excuse me, that's one of the best. I'm like, you know, to each their own. And then when I ranked Blade of Grass lowest, they were like, I'm still getting over you ranking Kaleidoscope as a skip. So do you have some ballad trauma? And I'm like, it's not that I have ballad trauma. For me, ballads need to work a little harder to grip me, because they can have a tendency, because it's just easier for a ballad to be sleepy. And so I think when a ballad has like a melody, if it's just like long soaring notes, I'm like, you got to give me more to sink my teeth into. So that's why like Speechless is so fucking good. That's why Million
I love
Reasons
Is That All Right?
Yeah.
I love Is That All Right? And here's my controversial take. I was going to say delete Million Reasons.
You know, I saw you cover your mouth, and I'm like,
uh-oh, here it comes.
I know, because hear me out. It's the song is fine, but it that was the song that kind of quote unquote saved the Joanne era, right? That's the song that became a hit. And I feel like it's also kind of the reason why she started gravitating more and more to like the piano ballad of it all, like singer-songwriter of it all, like that she clearly loves Blade of Grass, Die with a Smile, you know, like that's what, and it's what the general public is gravitating to now, right? Like those are the songs that are really starting to like become hits for her.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the song that started it all. And I'm like, how dare you?
I will say though, and I think that this is one of those instances where when I've watched her, like when I saw her on the Joanne World Tour, the live performance of it, I think kills the album version tenfold. And the way that she was better, way better.
Yeah.
Like it's like the way she was singing it, she gave more room to hold certain notes. Like, and it was just, I don't know. I just like I really do appreciate the live version of that more than the album version.
Yeah. Kind of like how, I mean, I loved the before she released Born This Way. I mean, she was performing You and I on the Fame Monster or on the Monster Ball.
Right.
Yes. I'm actually curious. Do you consider You and I like a ballad? It's so raucous to me, you know?
Right.
But like it's like an organic kind of piano song. It definitely doesn't fit in with the rest of Born This Way, but like I guess I never really thought of it much as like a ballad. Because
it's a ballad
song.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. It's a ballad in the way that every Mutt Lange song like that is a ballad. Like there's a lot of Shania Twain songs that sound identical to You and I for me.
Yeah, because like I guess it depends on one's definition of ballad, because I feel like a lot of people just associate ballad with slow,
right?
And that's not always the case.
Yes.
And I think this is a good example of that, where it's like I would say it's a ballad, but not in like a Celine Dion Because You Loved Me sense.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely more. It has more of the mid-tempo rock country-ish vibes.
Because I remember like saying like a ballad is a song that tells a story, and I'm like, well, that's not what I think of a ballad.
No, I don't know about that.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stories.
Yeah,
a lot of stories.
And that were very fast.
Very fast.
And I've heard a lot of ballads that were not
this
stories.
Is slut pop. Get your dicks out.
Right.
Yep. Oh my God. That's a storyteller.
Right.
That's a storyteller. Throat goat.
Oh, and I think another underappreciated one though on the pop tip is Fashion of Your Love. No one ever. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I referenced that to you yesterday.
That's the best bonus track I think she's ever done.
Fashion of Your Love. Yeah.
And the fact that it like incorporates Earthquake, the demo,
right, is so good. And even that
favorite demos of hers.
Same. That and Nothing. If I was gonna pick like top favorite, I would say like Nothing On But the Radio is probably in my top 5 of all Gaga of all time.
Same, but my world collapsed when I found out she didn't write it.
Same, and I had a very hard time, and I was like defiant about it. Like, and I refused because all the girls on my team that are like 20 years younger than me were like, but Addison Rae. And I was like, fuck Addison Rae.
No, fuck Addison Rae.
And I'm like, it will never be. I was like, this is a Gaga song.
Jesse Chambliss, turn it off right now.
No. And I don't even mean that to say that like I dislike Addison Rae. She's fine. But I just, that will always be her song for me.
Yeah. Same.
Well, you guys, we covered ground.
This was so fun.
This was so fun. Thank you.
But really, I'm just like, I want to wrap up so I can listen more.
I know. Right. Well, we're going to do that. Everyone go stream Mayhem by Lady Gaga. We are not getting paid for this promo
at all.
So you're welcome, Gaga and team. And if you want to invite us to this Mayhem ball that's allegedly happening, we would love to come.
The inboxes are open.
The inboxes are wide open. They are spread open. Thank you, boys. Mwah.
Mwah.
Thanks for
All right.
joining.
Mwah.
Thank you.
Love you so much.
Eh,
Thank you so much.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.